Hello friends, myself Nalinikanta Jana, HOD Physics, Bharuneswar Mahavidyalaya, Utkal University. Our today's topic of discussion is differential form of Ampere's circuital law and its applications. And in our CBCS syllabus, there are three applications of Ampere's circuital law, which are the law applied to a solenoid, a toroid and Helmholtz coil. So, let us start with differential form of Ampere's circuital law. In our last class, we have stated and proved Ampere's circuital law, which can be expressed mathematically as the line integral of magnetic field is equal to mu 0 times the total current flowing through the circuit. Here we have to show the differential form of Ampere's circuital law. So, let us start with the concept that we know that in terms of the current density vector, the current through a loop of area A can be expressed as the current. We know that the current through a loop of area A can be expressed in terms of current density vector as I equal to surface integration of j vector dot d a vector. But from Ampere's circuital law, we know that the line integral of magnetic field is equal to mu 0 times the total current. But from Ampere's circuital law, we know that line integral of the magnetic field strength is equal to mu 0 times the total current. Now, putting the value of current from equation 1 in equation 2, we get. Now, putting the value of I from equation 1 in equation 2, we get integration b vector dot dl vector equal to mu 0 surface integration of j dot dA. This is equation number 3. Also, from Stokes theorem, we know that integration B vector dot dl vector equal to the surface integration of the curl of the magnetic field. This is from Stokes theorem. Now, comparing equations 3 and 4, we can write. Now, comparing equations 3 and 4, we can write the surface integration of the curl of the magnetic field. Here I can write A in place of S for surface. So, it is dA equal to mu 0 integration of J vector dot dA vector, and it can be written as surface integration of grad cross B dot dA minus surface integration of mu 0 j dot dA equal to 0. This equal to 0, which implies surface integration of grad cross B minus mu 0 j dot dA equal to 0. Since the surface is arbitrarily chosen, hence let this is as equation 5. Hence, from equation 5 we can write grad cross B minus mu 0 j equal to 0, which implies grad cross B equal to mu 0 j. Thus, the curl of magnetic field strength is equal to mu 0 times the current density vector. So, the differential form of Ampere's circuital law can be expressed as grad cross B equal to mu 0 j, or in language it can be expressed as the curl of magnetic field strength is equal to mu 0 times the total current density vector. So, it is about the differential form of Ampere's circuital law. Let us now discuss the applications of Ampere's circuital law. Now, let us discuss the different applications of Ampere's circuital law. As per our syllabus, we should discuss the applications of Ampere's circuital law in solenoid, toroid and in Helmholtz coil. Let us first discuss the application to solenoid. Ampere's circuital law can be applied to the following cases. Number 1, solenoid. Number 2, toroid, and number 3 is Helmholtz coil. Let us discuss them one by one. The number one application is magnetic field at any point in a solenoidal current. Let us find the magnetic field inside a straight solenoid. What is a solenoid? A wire wound like a spring along a straight line can be considered as a solenoid. Like this, a wire wound like this can be considered as a solenoid. And if a current flows through the solenoid, then a magnetic field is established around it. And we have to find out the magnitude of the magnetic field strength at a point inside the solenoid using Ampere's circuital law. A solenoid is a wire wound like a spring when a current flows through a solenoid, a magnetic field is developed around the solenoid. Let us consider a long solenoid having a large number of turns, having a large number of wound over it, very close to each other. Let this is a solenoid in which a large number of turns are wound very close to each other. Let a current I flows through the solenoid. Let L equal to length of the solenoid, N equal to number of turns of the solenoid, I equal to current flowing through the solenoid. To find the magnetic field strength due to a long solenoid, let us first consider a rectangular size loop. Let this is A, B, C and D. Let current I is flowing through the loop like this. Let us consider a rectangular shaped loop A, B, C, D. Now, the line integral of a magnetic field over the loop ABCD. Now, the line integral of the loop over the line integral of the magnetic field over the loop ABCD is can be written as line integral of B vector dot dl vector will be equal to integration from A to B, B dot dl plus integration from B to C, B vector dot dl plus integration of C to D, B vector dot dl plus integration of from D to A, B vector dot dl vector. But for a long solenoid, there is no magnetic field outside the solenoid. Let this is written as equation 1, but for a long solenoid, the field, the magnetic field outside it is 0. That means there is no field outside the solenoid. So, integration A to B, B vector dot dl vector equal to 0. Now, here the magnetic field is along this direction and the length BC and AD are perpendicular to the magnetic field as shown in the figure. The magnetic field strength is perpendicular to the sides BC and AD of the loop. Since B is perpendicular to BC and AD, so their dot product will vanish. So, integration from B to C, B vector dot dl vector equal to 0 and integration C D to A, V vector dot dl vector will also be equal to 0. Now, putting these values in equation 1, we get now equation 1 becomes as integration B vector dot dl vector equal to integration only from C to D, C to D B vector dot dl vector, which implies integration B vector dot dl vector equal to integration B vector dot dl vector from C to D, which is equal to integration B dl cos theta, and theta is equal to 0 degree. So, it will be integration of B dl, and which is equal to B integration of dl, and this can be written as BL implies integration B vector dot dl vector equal to BL. The number of turns of the length is called NL, then the total current will be how much? If the number of turns of the loop is N into L, then the total current is I is equal to N L I. If N has a number of turns per unit length, L is equal to length of the loop, then total number of turns of the loop is NL, and if I is the current through the loop per turn, then the total current will be I is equal to NLI. But from Ampere's circuital law, we know that integration B vector dot dl vector is equal to mu 0 I, and putting the value of I from here, we can write mu 0 N L I, but from here we know that integration B dot dl equal to BL. So, from this 2 we can write BL equal to mu 0 NLI implies B is equal to mu 0 NI. This is the expression for the current. This is the expression for the magnetic field strength at a point inside a solenoid carrying current, and this is done with the help of Ampere's circuital law. So, here I finish this class. Many thanks.